It's another great night here on the Motorsports Almanac podcast, episode number 57, coming at you this week after a great weekend out east in Pennsylvania. It was a great time, but that is not the only event. Obviously, talk about Weaklands. We have got several topics to get to tonight, but joined by my two co-hosts, as always, Wyatt and Zach. What's going on, fellas?
Another night in the world, I guess.
Same shit, different day.
Yeah, isn't it always? But man, so kind of catch me up where you guys went this weekend. Like what happened with you guys? Because whenever I get on mine, I'm going to be talking about mine for a little bit.
Go ahead, Wyatt.
Well, besides the fact getting sick and having, the glands in my throat swell up again, we were full force into bean harvest this week at least. So that's what I've been doing other than watching online when I could, but that's where I was.
We watched Friday night Weaklands and worked Saturday morning, and then Saturday night I didn't get a chance to watch much, and so I didn't do much when it comes to the sport of pulling this weekend. We're farming hardcore around here, and that's about it.
Yeah. Obviously, we all know I was up at Weaklands event up there in Chest Springs, Pennsylvania. And so we had talked about that event. We've been promoting that event with them for like the last 2 years, right? That event was even more than I anticipated it being. It was incredible to be there. And I don't really know how to say it. I mean, like, there's just everything, in my opinion, is what a tractor pull should be. You're out in the country, surrounded by cornfields, which was absolutely awesome to begin with. You had to drive 2.5 hours from the airport, which is fine. I'd never been to Pennsylvania anyway. And good to see Mike Weakland's actually here. And the track was fantastic. It was consistent the entire weekend, no matter what class was on the track. Everybody had a chance to go out there and pull off a great run. And the competitors that showed up and showed out for this event made it all the better. Chance McGrath being there, Colin Ross being there, Russell Hildebrand being there, Jeff Michelocci, Adam Diaz, Howard Meredith, Smiths with 2 out of the 3 of theirs. It was just incredible. And then getting to see some of these new guys. There was one in particular, I've got his name saved from Joey because I'd text Joey and ask him about it today. He had the power stroke in that 3.0 crap. In that 3.0 class.
I'm gonna chime in for a second. Being involved in a pulling league like I am, and seeing what Joey's doing out east, the amount of stuff he's doing, like we are doing out here with IPL, that kid is making a name for himself out there.
Yeah, he is.
And if he's listening tonight, Joey, I've never met you personally, but you're doing a great job, bud. Keep it up.
Yeah. He told me he was going to be watching tonight, so he should be here somewhere. But, yeah, the guy who had that 3.0 diesel truck that it was all rusted around the entire body panel. They told me they pulled it out of the weed like that, and they just haven't painted it. And they said they don't plan to. But it's got a power stroke underneath the hood of it, which was just even cooler. Whenever it spooled up like a madman. I mean, there were flames shooting everywhere. It ran great. And they told me it was like their 4th time running the machine, which was even better. But then, you get into not just the 3.0s, the 2.6s, they put on a heck of a show. Seeing David Winland and Amanda Weakland go head-to-head again, just like we did in the indoor season last year, man, they put on a show just by themselves. But light pro stock, going into that, I knew the typical ones that were going to be there with Jeff and Adam and Howard and the Smiths and Cody Utt and a few others. Chance McGrath bought Last Chance down from Canada. I had always heard about this tractor. I had never seen this tractor. This thing ran like a scalded dog and just ran out there on Friday night and had an absolute perfect pass. It was awesome to be there to witness.
Yeah, I watched it Friday night, and it was, they ran. I've had a run like that this year, and you can't duplicate it. I mean,
and you want it every time you run after you have it.
Yep.
Which is even worse.
Yep.
for sure.
I'm trying to see if I can't pull it up.
And kudos to Mike and Amanda for what they do out there. I had full intentions of going out there this year, and we had some issues at our final points took of the year, and I'll be honest, I just didn't have time to fix it. It wasn't anybody's fault but my own. I just didn't take time to put it back together, but I wanted to come out there, and it's definitely on our radar to do next fall for sure.
You aren't the only one. There's many guys in this Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota area for light pros at least that I talked to that also plan on going in the future because of what they've seen and what they've heard, and it showed out in the quality of the show.
Yeah,
not just the track, but the competitors that were there
that went.
And yes. I will, from what I seen, I will applaud Josh Morgan and his group for what they did. Mike, you beat me to it, but Josh Morgan and his group for what they do. I mean, they've got some of the best built equipment around, and they do a phenomenal job. And they definitely, to let them guys run 34, 35, 36, 37 mile an hour and still blow them up at 330, 350. There ain't a ride like that.
No, there's not. I mean, no sled resets the entire weekend, man. None. Which was even better. And the 2 sled thing. So why you had told me that you guys do that for some of y'all's events up there. That worked and sped up the show so much. It was incredible.
One place that people have taken a lot of notes on in this area that have done it is the Fall Nationals in Monroe, Wisconsin for Badger State.
Yeah.
With having to run all except for one class that they offer on one track within like a 7-hour span. And having 20 in a class, it's you have to be on the ball, not just the track crew, but the sled guys themselves getting quick changes after they're off the track and getting ready for the next class. So
yeah, exactly. We done that COVID year out here a little bit. Singers, a couple events we were at had 2 sleds at them, and we flip flopped a little bit, and it definitely speeds the show up because we all know everybody wants a 3-hour show. But when you have pullers coming from everywhere out of the woodwork, you can't control your time of your pull. All you can do is try to nip it what you can, and they definitely did that with the sled program this weekend for sure.
Yeah, they did. And, I mean, let's call it what it is. I mean, there were some long distances this weekend, but they had plenty of room. Nobody was ever in any trouble of going out or being in any danger or anything. That place is huge. And they still have room for more parking, which is kind of crazy to me because they had over 100 hooks this weekend. There was still plenty of space.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they make that deal into. Like I said, I wanted to go.
You and I both.
So it just didn't work out, and I'm that's definitely whether we take the tractor or not next year. It's definitely on my list to go to for sure.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, just the Superstock diesel truck guys put on a heck of a show as well.
Yeah, they did.
And there was some serious names there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the one that shocked me the most being there was Terry Biggs. Because I don't know why, but for some reason his name had just kind of left my mind for him going.
Well, there's a few. I mean, Stacy's were not at all, not saying that right. It wasn't initially on the radar, but after talks, they went, and then like Hazley's have talked to guys going in there. Ben Schimpf coming away from Wisconsin with his new truck.
Which that truck was probably in Fairmount when it actually originated where it left from, but
probably.
Yeah, no, you're right. And Stacy's the only real, I guess, couple big names that I thought were missing from that class was Shane Kellogg, which we know he is probably elbows deep in farming right now, so understandably so. And was Caretaker there? I don't remember.
No, he was not there.
So those two to me, and forgive me if I'm leaving somebody out, I think those were the 2 biggest names that I don't know were there.
And you can almost make an argument for the Scheid trucks too, Brady and
right. Okay,
yeah.
I apologize. And Keith Witt, but we know Keith's farming big time right now too. The Scheid trucks, yes, I agree there.
Yeah. I'm really curious to know what this event grows into from here. It's awesome, and I don't know. Here's the crazy part for me though, is that the amount of 3.0s that came from Kentucky, even though there was a hook right there in their back door last weekend.
Yeah,
Cade brought like 4 or 5 of them from home.
I kind of noticed that myself, but we're just gonna leave my opinion out of that.
It was awesome though to see them come up there and support that pull the way they did.
Well, and going back to like the cause part of it too is
right
when there's a cause like Weaklands have put on for Make-A-Wish. It's not just not an obligation for people, but it's another incentive for them to go and put on a show.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
And the way they did the Make-A-Wish too, with the announcement of the donations and the bringing the kid along in the 2.6 for a ride along, and the presentation was just
the ride along thing was cool. And the only other time I remember that happened is when Schultz put the kid on the Remedy up there in Wisconsin somewhere.
It was like a quarter throttle or something like that.
It's been probably 10 years ago now. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. That is so awesome.
Yeah, and getting him a full, experience to it with having him strapped in there,
which in a truck is a little different than on a tractor. But
right, correct. Yeah. But that's almost the perfect vehicle to do it, though.
Oh, 100%. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So that event, man, it's 10 out of 10. Absolutely do recommend going out of your way to go to and to go and to watch.
Yeah, Mike and Amanda did a phenomenal job out there. For sure.
And the ability to adjust on the fly too, because so we got down there and we were down there at the end of the track on Friday night. And the way the cameras are configured with the way their brightness works and everything.
I heard you telling them what to do.
No, I did not.
Yeah, go back and watch the live stream. Your voice is in there.
That was PK, but anyway. There were 2 light towers down there at the end of the track for the second night. We could actually see.
But hey, that's something nobody can take away from. You've never been to that event before. You don't know what the lighting's like. And they improvised and they made it right on the second night. I wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. Mike said the pullers themselves granted a wish with what they donated back. That's
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, the buy-in stuff too. That worked out for them pretty well because I heard the numbers he read off for some of the classes. And what first place, second place, third place, fourth place was going to get, they were going to go home with some pretty good money for the buy-ins for stuff. So I kind of like that buy-in idea for other places.
They thought of everything out there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And the trophies for the weekend winners were cool that Bandit Fabrication did. Those were pretty cool.
Yeah.
The wrenches.
BJ Wilkinson, when are y'all going to bring the big board for NFMS? We are
next show.
No, we're waiting for everything else to get done. I don't know if everything will be done by next show. Will it? Because you've got, is it Lufkin pulling in the pines still left for Outlaw?
You've got Lufkin next weekend, and then you got
North Carolina State Fair.
And then
probably the first week in November.
Yeah, that's probably when we need to do it. Yeah. Just go ahead and let everything get done.
We've got some other cool stuff coming down the pipe for the month of November too.
Yeah, we do.
Not ready to announce it yet, but we got some cool stuff coming.
Yeah.
The bigger extra events too, like Diesel's Dark Corners, you've got the California stuff that's going to happen. It's just there's other stuff happening.
Yeah, you've got Dylan's pull down there at the end or over there in the month, and he's recruiting unlimited modifieds like it's nobody's business right now. So if you're an unlimited and you want to go, get in contact with Dylan Baybell. Let's see who else is on here. Jacob Motes, was great having you there with us, Shane. Jacob, it was cool to hang out with you guys, man, down there at the end of the track. It was a lot of fun. Just talk about everything and all the guys there. And then Levi, I hate to interrupt, but Hub City Dirt Drags 2025 Diesel Challenge Pool Friday night is going to be amazing. Share it with all. Wyatt, do you have any idea what that's all about?
Hub City Drags, it is a 2-event type deal. They had an event in May. That was where we made a test run. They had test and tune pull, but they also have diesel dirt drags as well as a dyno competition and a truck show. Now, this one, I don't know all of what's happening. I know there is a poll for sure that Ben Schimpf is trying to recruit Superstock diesel truck guys to go, being in Wisconsin. That's this weekend. And it's held at the Richmond County Fairgrounds, Richmond Center. And
that's a good pool, though, ain't it?
It's usually a good facility to have it at. I mean, there's a lot of room for stuff, easy to move around, a lot of shut off room for polling. And the crowd's in a good spot too. So it's set up right, but it's just a matter of fact of who can get there. Guys are in the field, guys are just finished for the season, pulling motors apart. It all depends on who's available yet. But I know Ben Schimpf for sure with Antler Addiction is trying to get super stock trucks to go. But there are more classes. There's track classes and other things also listed for classes.
Yeah, he said we're going to have all the big classes you can find. The poster and share it, please. Yeah, hey Levi, I'll tell you what, just shoot it to me on Messenger or something, man. That's honestly kind of easier during the show, especially.
Yeah.
Let's see, man. What else have we got going on? We had so much going on. Elizabethtown, Kentucky, with Battle Bluegrass and TNT coming together to do the David Bealey Memorial Pool again.
That was cool. They come together to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of light limiteds as expected, right? We had a few light supers.
What was there, 23 of them?
25, something like that.
There's a lot.
I mean, they had a heck of a show down there. I watched part of it there Saturday night, and two-wheel drive class was great. Light mods was, what was there, 5 of them, 6 of them down there. Vices 2, Chase, Wayne.
Both Waynes,
yeah.
Wayne.
Light supers had 6 of those, 6 good run-ins of those. Brandon and Larry were 1 and 2 in that. Hot Farm class I think was really, really good.
Who won Hot Farm?
Stewart.
Did he really?
And he won the points too.
Yep.
Attaboy.
They did a good job there, and I was there last year. Shane and I were there last year together, and
yeah, we had some fun there last year.
That event continues to get bigger every year, and that is a cool facility. You're backed up to Interstate 65, and I noticed this year they put the American flag up over the interstate. That was pretty cool. Or back up to the interstate there over the track.
Yeah. And I mean, the way their classes range from like farm stock all the way up to the light supers, I guess, was the most powerful class they had there, wasn't it?
That or light mods.
Yeah. But, man, there was something for everybody there, just like there was where we were.
I just got a text saying they had a really good crowd there, too, this year, which they had a good crowd last year, if I remember right, Shane.
Yeah, they did. And another note from Weaklands, too, they broke their attendance records both nights.
I think this later in the season stuff, you're going to get
kind of getting fun again.
It's getting fun. The people are coming out because there's not as much to do. Yes, you compete with high school football on Friday nights sometimes, in certain states, but it's the late in the season stuff where there's nothing to do, I think is gaining momentum again, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree 100%. But, yeah, that was the main things for pulling. I think there was a pull in North Carolina this weekend.
Crossville, Tennessee was this weekend too, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had quite a few turn out there. A lot of the guys who run Mid-South four-wheel drives that went out there because I think that the promoter for Crossville is actually a four-wheel drive puller. If I remember correctly anyway. But, yeah, like I said, you guys, these 2 events that went on this weekend for pulling, these are 2 premier events. Make sure you guys go out of your way to at least go to one if you can, because they are that good. And they were both streamed on Full Pull Live this weekend as well. So if you want to go back now and rewatch, you can.
Yeah.
Make sure you do that.
That's the other thing I'll tell you. I am very very impressed with the amount of stuff Full Pull is covering. throughout the country in different events and, multiple events at one time. And yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, that alone's a challenge.
Oh, you guys know more than I do, but I could just imagine.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, them branching out to different types of events too. Like they were looking for stuff this weekend, and they're branching to Southern Polars, which is another organization that I think needs a highlight, especially for the southern part of the United States, where for like a fall or wintertime event, you can go somewhere that's a little warmer and keep running.
They're doing a really good job of highlighting all these organizations. We Doug and Chase and I talked about the light pro shootout this year, but with where they were at, the NTPA and Outlaws and stuff at that time, it didn't work out. We want to get them to an IPL event or two one of these days, and I think we'll get them there. But they're doing a heck of a job covering the sport across the board, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to show that poster that Levi just sent me a second ago. Who else is left out? Huge crowd out in E-Town. Early and late season pulls seem to be bringing them out of the woodwork. They are.
That goes back to what we talked about, the early season pulls and what effect Farley had on the early season pulls with the exhibition hooks and the people showing up to little no-name pulls across the country, seeing stuff they never seen before.
Yeah, absolutely. Debbie Schaefer Sebastian, I think they gave away 76 bikes in E-Town for kids too. So, yeah, that's one.
Who my
that's
text was from. That said there was a good crowd.
I got you. They've been kind of frequenting the pulling tracks a little more this year, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just a matter of time. Snyder County finals are this Saturday. That should be a pretty good show too. Yes. So from what I understand, Snyder County's not very far at all from where we were up there in Chest Springs. Like they're about another hour and a half, maybe north, if I understood it correctly.
They're in that area. It's either north or east, one of two.
Yeah. But yeah, that was another one. So that's everything we've got for pulling, y'all. Let's transition over into the drag side of things.
One thing for Weaklands, the last thing was Wascob's debut of that truck.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say that earlier. That was impressive.
But
Who
the
built
video
that does anybody know?
He built it.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Is there anything left of the old one?
The power plant. That's from what I was told. The power plant is the only thing left from the other truck. So,
wow,
he did all the work on it, and Joey and his team doing the post of that truck when it come out, like going from the old body to the new body, and including DeKalb in there. It's just that is a slick truck.
The color was amazing. I don't know what color that is, like on a paint board, but it was awesome.
It kind of reminded me of like an emerald green type greenish, but like a lot brighter and just pops easier. So yeah, but for him to come out, win his first hook with it, and then back it up with a good finish there Saturday night, just that dude's gonna be a force.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it ran great both nights.
So yeah,
let me put up that poster for Levi real quick. Oh snap! Which button is it? It's that one. Yeah, you can see there on your screen, Hub City Dirt Drag, the Ultra Gas Trucks, 3.6, Super Stock Gas, Work Stock. You guys can see all those classes on there. 540s, 4.1 Limited Pros, Pro Farms, all the good stuff, all the fun stuff that runs up there in Wisconsin.
The other thing I'll say about E-Town real quick is I seen on the results where Travis and Lucas Gordon were third in the two-wheel drive class. You went about switching classes and just taking hold and going, which Travis Gordon's been pulling a long time. I mean, we started Light Pro. He was right there with us when we started this game, and he was always competitive then. And
yeah, I think you'll see them back in the tractor side eventually once things calm down, because once a tractor guy, always a tractor guy, in my opinion.
Well, the tractor world right now is so up in the air on what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. That was what I was thinking.
Well,
Yep. We gotta leave that there.
You two, especially right now.
No shit. Yeah.
Of course, we're just as bad, but I think we
Y'all are
figured out
worse.
I don't know. We figured out what direction we're going at least.
Yeah.
2027.
Yeah.
But hey,
But like
at least
I said-
some organizations, tell people when it's going to happen instead of just snapping their fingers and letting it happen.
And not telling anybody.
Yeah, bingo.
Yeah.
No
but
warning, nothing. But okay.
let's switch over into the drag strip side of things. PDRA had their World Finals out there at Virginia Motorsports Park this weekend, and we crowned several champions. Ty Tutterow is your 2025 Pro Boost champion, if I saw correctly.
Yep, it all came down to Sunday, actually. They had first round of eliminations there on Saturday night, which is usually pretty common, if not doing all Saturday for PDRA, but they want to have a championship Sunday type final. And both sides had to advance a certain amount of rounds ahead of the next competitor. So it was between Tutterow, was it Tutterow and Stedding or Tutterow and Salemi for the championship in Pro Boost? But
I seen it on Facebook, but I don't remember who it was.
But yeah, Tutterow faced Salemi in their first round or second round, I should say, on Sunday. And he advanced all the way to the finals, and he won the championship by getting to the finals and faced the world champion from last year, Jason Harris. He didn't win the final, but that had no implication on championship because he already won it. So Tutterow, him and his dad are just forces in that pro mod game, just killers, and they just do what they do, and he won. But Pro Nitrous is the interesting one because it come down to Tommy Franklin and Marcus Butner, and both of them had either Tommy had to go a certain amount of rounds ahead of Marcus, or Marcus had to go all the way to the finals and Tommy go out early. Well, that's what happened. It come down to Marcus was 29 points behind Tommy going into the finals when he faced Perkinson. Marcus had to win the final to win the championship, and he won it. And the crazy part was they had identical reaction times. They had identical times to the 60-foot, identical times to the 330, and speeds, and it come down to thousandths of a second at the stripe. And Marcus won it at the stripe by like 9 thousandths of a second.
Couldn't have rode it any better.
No, absolutely not. And there was so many people at the starting line, and Franklin's on one side. Obviously, they're on this organization in the track, but they're cheering for the one side so he could win the championship. The other side, you have Butler's crew, who's full-fledged trying to win their own. So it was. I got to watch all the finals, and it was storybook because you couldn't tell off the camera unless you seen the stripe at the bottom who won. So, and then Pro Street, Stedding wins another one again after winning it his rookie year. He won another one in Pro Street. So that kid is going places in a hurry.
I think you're seeing the younger generation, what little I've watched drag racing, because I'll be honest, I'm not into it as much as you guys are just because I don't have time to watch it. But the younger generation coming into drag racing now is, or the people that never been in, like Peter Norton.
Mm-hmm.
People that have never been in, it's like, all right, this is where I want to go. I mean, Shelton's, they've been in 4 years now?
4 or 5 years.
Like that, yeah.
Look at what Reese is doing on the tuning game.
Right. They've had some trouble here this fall or whatever, but they're going to get it together. And Reese is just, the kid is young and they're going to be a force. I may be totally off base, but I think one of these days they're going to get tired of the pulling world and they're going to say, hey, drag racing's cool,
I wouldn't go that far. I think they'll always hang around.
But the competitiveness on both sides is just about equal when it comes
I remember, and I don't know where John Strickland said this one time. It might have been an interview at Louisville. Somebody asked him what the difference was in pulling and drag racing. He goes, well, pulling you go one time, maybe two. Drag racing, you're guaranteed 4 runs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a lot of the attraction to it. I had opportunity to go to Indy on Sunday this year, and I didn't do it, but we've been to Indy 4 or 5 times, and there's nothing like it.
No, absolutely not. And it's just like any other motorsport. You can always, we've said this time and time again, you can describe something in a motorsport to someone to their face and watch it on TV all day long.
Mm-hmm.
But until you are there in person at any type of event, you don't know exactly what you're getting into until you see it in person.
Baseball and golf are two events that I can't watch on TV, but I love going to in person.
Mm-hmm.
Touche on that, by the way.
Because the instant attraction it brings.
But when you get to an event, it's like, okay, this is cool.
Yep.
See, I've yet to go to my first golf place yet.
Your brother and I went. COVID year.
I know you did. Yeah, you got to rub it in. Anyway, we're getting off track. We're going to go down rabbit hole.
But going back to the younger generation thing, it's across the board. And Tony Stewart and Leah had a interview on a podcast, and Tony had reminisced on a memory with Leah when he was just getting in the Top Fuel game. And Leah brought him to the junior dragster stuff. And Tony's like, why are we watching this? And she goes, watch. 60% of them, they're all young. They're all really young. 60% of them are girls. And the attraction that's bringing to not just younger generation, but the female demographic that's also really, really competitive and really good. Motorsports in a whole is in a good place.
How about, you want to talk about Tony Stewart real quick? How about the breaking news in his dirt track teams?
Oh, Rico?
We talked about that last show, I think, didn't we?
I wasn't on, so you might have. I don't know.
Yeah, we did.
Rico going to work for Tony.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
But why wouldn't he?
Exactly.
When they did the explanation on Dale Jr.'s, it made a whole lot of sense.
Yeah,
I tell you, Dale Jr.'s got a heck of a podcast, don't he?
Oh, yeah.
I could sit there and listen to that all day long.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think the platforms that we kind of give, like with these podcasts or different types of streaming and stuff like that, it gives the platform to show, like, it's not just these old heads or anything like that. And take up the sport anymore.
Yeah.
They're highlighting stories of the younger generation coming in or different talent from other sports coming in. Like Tony, when he come to drag racing, it put a whole new light on drag racing when he jumped over there. People were like, all right, what has he got?
Okay, you want to talk about young generation. How about Xander Lee going 3 for 3 at Bowling Green and taking the win on the Super Stock diesel truck at what, 16, 17 years old, whatever he is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you got him. Cool. You've got Trenton Ingram. You've got Trip Hazley. You've got Marshall. I mean, there's a lot of them.
That class is full of young guns. Brody. I mean, that class is full of young guns.
Yeah. Yes, sir, it is. Darren says Junior's much watch on anything he does. Yeah, he is. You can't change that. But
if you want to stick to the NASCAR type game, I mean, look at Keelan Harvick. So another kid.
Well, you take the NASCAR world and you take, the Bushes and the Larsons and look at them down in the junior sprints and the mini sprints right now. And it's evolving crazy with the younger generation. I don't care what motorsport you're in.
Yeah, exactly.
This would be something I'd really like to know is if for this younger generation that's in it, what was the inspiration behind it? Because we're always trying to find that newer demographic of who to promote to, who to expand the sports upon. What was their why? Why they're in motorsports?
If you're talking to any of the names that we mentioned before, though, I mean that I feel like the default answer is just going to be it's all they know.
Right.
I mean, you take us three. We were brought up around it.
Right. But this comes to the opportunity I've got within the college ranks. All right, these people, there's racing teams now in college that they're building. What attracts them to these sports? What brought them in? What made them want to do it? It's one of those data points you'd like to know, just expand upon and know where to go, because obviously, like stick and ball sports are going to be attractive all the time. But what brings them to motorsports? What brings them to the motorsport ranks?
Adrenaline.
Yes. That's a bad drug.
Competition, innovation.
My my best friend Matt drove our light pro for the first time in Rochester this year, and he was on the show with me. I think it was last year when we had Smiths on or whatever, and he's been around it forever and helped me. And I kept telling him, like, Matt, when that turbo lights, there's nothing, there's nothing like it. And he didn't get off the line the first time because he wasn't expecting the clutch to come like it was. The second time he got off the line and the plunger stuck and went wide open, but whatever. But he's like, there is nothing like when you see that smoke clear up and it comes on. I mean, there's nothing like it. The adrenaline rush is just nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's a great feeling.
So,
how many colleges have a pulling club? I know PSU has at least one in Ohio.
What's the one that's always at Louisville? Northwestern?
No, that's Kentucky.
Kentucky?
Hawkeye Tech or Hawkeye Community College out in Waterloo area has one. They have a diesel mechanics program where they work on pulling stuff. I know if you guys are familiar with the Antrim Tantrum tractor out in Pennsylvania, that one it gets worked on by college kids. So there's a few out there.
Yeah, there is.
I know the opportunity that I might have is off-road racing.
Yeah,
that would be cool, I think.
Yeah, it would.
So,
yeah. Moving on from PDRA, though, FL2K, Cletus McFarland's event that he had this past weekend, it wrapped up today instead of yesterday because in the stick classes, there were some miscommunications. Something went wrong, and I don't really understand the full complexity of what exactly happened. But from what I could tell, Cletus had a little bit of fun with that. Just a little
bit of lack of paying attention is what I would call that.
Yeah.
If you can't hear it over the loudspeakers or your phone for text message or something like that, I don't think that is the track's fault. That's more or less your own fault.
Yeah.
But the fact that he actually offered him a chance to run for the money that he won and then backed up saying, all right, you got here when the finals ran at this certain time and we're going to run it. And then they did. That was pretty dang cool.
And then he won. Oh, gosh. Then he won it.
So,
yeah, that was just odd how all that went down. I've never seen that before. I don't know if we'll ever see that again. Because the thing that I've learned about going to these events is like they have multiple ways to communicate. They've got the PA system. They've got a texting app. They've got a radio station dedicated to the track there to where they can hear everything from where they are in the pits no matter what. So, I mean, you had multiple ways. And I don't know. That falls on the person that wasn't paying the attention to that account.
But the fact that Cletus and Victor put up their own racetrack to have it for one singular grudge race to say, all right, we're going to give you your opportunity. You better take advantage of it. Because if you don't, you're losing $15,000 either way. So, yeah, exactly. I mean, we saw this a couple years ago with a call out or grudge pull. We saw it with Wayman and Kincaid. It's like, all right, if you got a grudge or something like that, or you want to have a competition, let's throw down, boys.
I think that's something the sport of pulling needs more. I'm not talking to like butt heads or start fights, but
I don't know. Watching Wayman and Lieber go back and forth right now on social media is kind of entertaining.
That's pretty funny. The extent that Leaper took it to was wild. But, hey, power to him. Yeah, I don't have that video, unfortunately. But, yeah. I would like to see that settled at Midwest Winter Nationals in January between them both. Or any other class that might want to put up or shut up. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was everything that went on the drag racing side, as far as I could tell this past weekend. And you've got stuff going on down in Texas this week, Wyatt. The Stampede of Speed, probably the coolest race outside of Indianapolis. Yeah, and
that is a bucket list. If you've ever heard of the Stampede of Speed, it's got everything. And this week being the 40th year of it, it is going to be something else. Country concerts, fireworks, drag racing, dinners, and social events. I mean, it's got everything for entertainment in a motorsports event that you could ask for. So, and
Yeah,
it'd be I want that is one race I want to go to, and that I've seen that is just full of entertainment and stuff we need to go to.
yeah,
So.
I totally agree. But I think we're kind of in a spot right now. And as far as events go, I think after this weekend, we're kind of in a lull for a little bit.
When's Diesel and Dark Corners?
Diesels and Dark Corners, yeah.
Well, next week, not this coming weekend. Next week is Texas and State Fair, and then the week after that is Diesels and Dark Corners.
Right.
I got to give them guys Diesel Dark Corners some credit for trying to how do I word this? Balance, calm the show down a little bit. Because I mean we had a chance to go there one year. They had light pros. Long story short, didn't work out. But that is a cool place. But they had to do something to back it off a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Because I mean, we all know that I don't care how much you're into pulling. I love pulling more than anything. I do not want to sit through a 6-hour show.
No, nobody does. But I also think that things have gotten better in that regard out there. I think that this idea that they're doing is going to end up working.
Oh, I agree. Them guys are always innovating down there and trying to figure out a better way to do it.
Oh yeah, they are, and it works out great for them.
Oh yeah.
So you guys want to go ahead and touch on the Midwest International stuff going on right now? Go ahead and catapult into that one because there was another wave of entries this past weekend, and it was
it's going to be another big show.
Termite. We ain't heard nothing yet. I mean, it has been dead silent.
You won't probably hear it till the banquet.
Yeah.
Isn't that normal though?
Well, with this year's format being changed, there's a lot of stuff being discussed. So we'll leave that to where it is.
But Darren, I thought you didn't care. You wanted to go drag racing. Why do you care about rules?
Yeah, I was about to say, what is he asking about? Hop in with Sheldon to go to the drag strip.
Text in 1, 2, 3.
Pretty sure Peter Norton probably needs some crew guys, wouldn't he?
Oh, geez.
Love you, Darren. As always, bud. Shouldn't you be contacting HRA?
Rumors, juice.
I'm golfing.
Yeah. You know what he's doing? He's getting ready for our golf scramble that we've got coming up on Sunday. Like he could go over there and practice anytime he'd like.
Watch out, Tiger.
It's just like NASCAR. I'm here for the race.
That's about as good as we described that.
But back to the internationals. Going to be another great year in Cloverdale. I'm glad.
I've done lost what I was typing.
I'm glad Clint and Carl at CBRC got something worked out. Yes, the parking is not ideal, but like we said last year, trust the process. It will work. It worked last year. What now? Jesus.
But yeah.
He's golfing and in the bourbon, apparently.
Yeah, I say
he's in up there, but that was good.
He's called insulting, man.
But
hey, man, I work with him every day. Trust me.
But trust the process, guys. It will be better than it was last year. We've been there 1 year. We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Just be ready.
Yeah, like I said, there was another wave of entries this past week because I think the entry rate went up.
It did.
Yeah, it's gone up to 275. So if you guys didn't register by the 5th, which I think was Sunday or something like that, the rate's gone back up again now, and it will go back up again at the end of the month. So if you're planning on registering and you're watching this show, get your butt in gear. All I'm going to tell you, January 15th through 17th, C-Bar C again. Yeah, I think we've got a better grip on things this time. Don't
Hey,
you guys?
I will tell you guys one thing. If you're looking for a hotel, my brother got married in that area this year, and the Inn at DePaul
Oh, that brother. Never mind.
is a phenomenal little hotel. Everybody stayed there for my brother's wedding. It is a nice hotel. So if you're looking for a hotel in that area and it's not full, the Inn at DePaul is a great little hotel in that area. It's only 15, 20 minutes from the arena.
Yeah. Why are you going to go Midwest World Nationals this year? Is it going to work out?
TBD, depending on tractor situation.
Tractor situation?
There's multiple factors that goes into that. So
yeah.
Well, one of them being the hauler. So after Urbana with that whole ordeal.
Yeah, okay, fair point. That was bad. Yeah, Chris, he said, I can't believe they split 466s and 510s in hot.
It was time.
It was time. Yeah, like they can't. I mean, the bigger cubic inch is just winning out now.
And we don't need to go there tonight.
No,
but
no. And the 24.5s are split out too. Like, yeah,
there is nobody in this country better than making stuff run together than Clint Tucker.
Clint, yeah.
But the 24.5s and the 20.8s, it's so track dependent anymore.
Yeah.
That something had to be done.
Yeah, it did. But yeah, man, these classes are shaping up really nice. I mean, we've got names that have never been, to my knowledge, like Dirkson's for Light Pro. They've never been. They're signed up to go already.
We're going to be there with ours.
Yeah, Howard Merritt is signed up. Jeff Micheloci's up. Brad P with a 220 Magnum. I don't recognize that.
Who is it?
I don't know. It just says Brad P.
I don't know.
Wyatt, you know? Is that yours?
I talked to Mr. Gordyville himself the other day, and he claims that the 560 will be there this year.
Mr. Gordyville.
560 Light Pro, buddy.
Caleb Ogle.
He better be getting moving.
He claims it will be there. We'll see if it is or not, but he claims it will be.
I bet you it'll be at Gordyville, if not Cloverdale.
But we'll see.
It'll be good to see him back. It's been a long time coming to see him back.
Yeah, we'll see if 6,500 RPMs off the line will hold together.
Yeah. Zundels are signed back up again. Scott Webb, I'm assuming that's Raging Red.
I don't know. Webb? I haven't really looked through it much. I glanced at it today. I talked to Clint on Sunday, I think, and told him that we'd be there or whatever, but
Brad Peters. Okay. I have no idea.
Now the new AGCO, I'll probably have to talk to a few people if that's going to go or not.
You mean Cartwright?
No. Jamie Lars.
Oh, yeah. It's signed up. The DD250?
Yeah, I mean, signing up is different than being there.
Yeah. I would be curious to know if Weimers will bring the 2805 out. That was cool to see run this
That weekend. Caused some confusion.
Yeah, it did. Holy
No, hang on a second here. It wasn't confusing. It was ignorance.
That too.
Anybody that knows anything would know that it just I clicked the X button in the top right corner when I read that.
It wasn't what I commented.
No, you were fine.
No, everybody else right. It was what everybody else was like, wait, what? No.
You could tell off the weight bracket because Carlton has no weights up front.
Oh,
yeah,
it never-
exactly.
yeah.
Jeez. Hey, it's a 2805, man. People probably just saw 2805 was like, oh, that's who that is.
Yeah, and they go buy a keyboard, and all of a sudden they know everything they do.
Death and Dean and Beth, I bugged them about winter pulling Friday night. Sweet. Yeah, super farms are our biggest thing right now. Super farms need to get signed up and kind of in a hurry. We've only got 2 signed up so far for NCTA.
Are you signed
and
up?
for PPL. No.
Exactly. So
Mine probably not going to be ready to go.
it's never ready to go.
No, I've told you what I've got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Bolt a 5-inch charger on and go to 540 cubes.
Yep, that's exactly what I want to do. Won't do it this year, but I wish. What's up, Wyatt?
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
why
my
didn't
last
me cut
one.
you off, bud?
No, you're good. It's just like going back to us. More than likely won't be there because of other. I mean, also C meetings are probably gonna be happening during then too. So
Oh, you can drive it or your dad. Get your dad back in the seat again. I want to see him drive it in person.
I think he wants to keep the winning record. Last time he did drive a super farm, he won. So
Yeah.
and it wasn't even ours.
My brother's rolling his eyes at me now.
Yeah, but actually, speaking of that, if anybody knows of any Super Farm 401 or roller sitting, please let me know because I do have a customer looking for one. I need
Are we allowed to show
suggestions.
that photo or no?
Oh gosh, I wish. After
Zach,
running,
did you ever see it?
we'll show you after the show if you did.
Yeah, that was beautiful. It was gaining traction in a freaking hurry too.
It will get reposted when we get full confirmation. So
Yeah, the whole aesthetic of that photo and yeah, it's sweet. Okay, we can tell at least what it is. It's the first ever frame that Schulte Fab built. It's pretty sweet.
yeah, it's first
To
2
find
frame
your
I've
first
ever built.
one.
Yeah. So
That's pretty cool. In other classes, though, for Cloverdale, limited pros are looking really good. We've got 10 of them so far, but my geez,
I don't think you can put your money on anything till harvest is over.
I know, but still, it's 10 great running tractors.
Right. No, I agree. But I mean, last year, if I remember right, till November 15th, around Thanksgiving time,
We had like 26 freaking light
that
pros.
or the letters could be a factor too.
Bingo.
I wonder. I hope we get to see them soon.
You're not Thanksgiving time yet, Shane.
I know. I know the
But,
deadline was Monday, or for online
'cause
stuff.
Let's face it or not, there ain't one of us that cares if it's $100 more or not to enter on 15th of November is the 7th of October.
This is true.
We ain't in this game to make $100.
No. And then that's pretty well all I've got on
And
that.
in the end, when you go to the event too, if you're going to qualify the finals or not, you're still going to make a good donation or spend at the event for the people there.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Clint takes care of the pullers.
Right.
I don't care who you are or what you are. That man, the pullers are his number one priority.
Yeah. They absolutely are. Let's see. I think that's everything I can come up with off the top of my head.
Did we ever get to talk about Ricky Long?
No, we did not. We haven't even talked about that.
How about the breaking news in the polling world? Let's go there next.
Oh yeah. See, now I didn't put it in the notes, so I don't have it in front
Well,
of
you
me.
can talk about what you guys are talking about first, and then
Yeah,
Well,
you go ahead. That's more of your specialty, of course. Talking about Hawthorne and Chad
there
Mayhew
was some big news in
tires.
the polling world this year. 2 of the best tire cutters in the industry went together to purchase the Pro Polar tires. Wish them luck. I think they're going to do great things with it. Mark and Chad are going to bring a new level of expertise to that game. I think it's going to be some big things coming down the road.
Yeah, boy, and we thought buying tires and different brands was nuts now.
It's going to get even worse.
It's it's a game that's going to keep going. But I think I think them buying that out, it's, I got to set a whole shots on. It's obvious that there were some other things that were coming down the pipe. I think they're going to do big things with it. And you got two guys there that care about the sport and care about their customers, and they're going to make it the best they can.
Yeah. So in a way, wouldn't this kind of change that with what we've been talking about with the tire game? Because doesn't that technically eliminate one?
I don't know if it eliminates one, but because
it enhances both of them.
Yeah.
Right.
And
you've still got parks out here.
You've
got others.
You got two guys there that have made a name for themselves in this world and care about their customers, and to me are two of the best tire cutters, if not the two best tire cutters in the industry.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna make it work, and they're gonna do great with it.
Yeah, they will. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I mean, Mayhill and Hawthorne are mainstays in cutting tires
100%.
now, especially.
And those two have been good friends for a long time. Everybody thinks these tire cutters hate each other, but they don't. Them two have been great friends for a long time.
They talk to each other to see what
for the most part, yeah.
Like it's not a big secret type of deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're all covered in rubber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Are Polar 2000s even relevant anymore?
Not in 24.5s.
No.
They can make them work in 30.5s on the right occasion. I mean, your brother still runs them. The light supers still run them. But in the 24.5,
fair amount of hot farms do. So
not in the real hot farm world, they don't.
The real hot farm world. And by that, I'm guessing you mean the 10,000 hot farms?
The 9,500, 510, what hot farm's supposed to be. It's 20.8 world, not the 24. Never mind. We're not going there.
No, I'm talking about 20. I'm talking about 20.8s all across the board. Like,
well, there's no Polar 2000s in 20.8. It was 20.8, 38 deep treads.
Yeah.
True.
But the Polar 2000 world's going. I mean, Firestone's been out of this game for a long time as far as new product goes.
Yeah.
Right.
Whenever they made tires, they were good tires. That was the first set of tires that were on my super farm.
How about the 10-ply Polar 2000s everybody fought over in 2008, 2009, 2010?
So basically, this has been a thing for a long time. Is what you're saying? The tire game has.
The tire game in the 30.5 world has been a disaster for a long time. Now it's more of a disaster in the 24.5 world. Yeah,
that is a train wreck.
It is a dumpster fire floating down the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
You can't put it out with any amount of water.
I was going to say, I don't think there's any way you can ever fix it, though, unless you make everybody run this exact tire like they do in other sports.
Or turbochargers like that's
it goes back, in my opinion, where it's got too out of hand already. You're not going to stop it.
Yeah, kind of like the Pro Stock Turbo ordeal, in my opinion.
I mean, well, they've tried to stop it.
Yeah, they've had to bring that. They've kind of reeled that back in. You're right.
It's the same in our world. They finally stopped it with the 5-inch, and I, there's some guys out there, and I may get scolded for saying this, that think we need to back it back off.
From the 5.
Is that a bad thing? No, because we put on the same show we did a 4.5-inch turbo as a 5-inch turbo. But it goes back to the fact we've all bought them, we've all spent the money. Why back it up?
Yeah.
Yep.
You're right.
I mean, we can all send our turbos to Weimer, Hartz, Fair Valley, whoever makes them, Apex, cut the wheel down, cut and put different housing on, cover on, and go on. But why would we spend another $2,500 letting them machine the housing when we've all got the big stuff?
Yeah. So does this bring up the thing? Is box chargers going to be a thing?
No. God,
no.
Do you think?
You need to leave that word out of your mouth.
I'm saying you're sitting here talking about that, having this discussion. That's kind of a solution.
it's going to get more expensive.
Well, yeah, because the thing that I've heard is that the one guy can buy 5 of them, and they can all 5 make something different because you can never
Okay,
build
so
something
for
the same.
example, you put up. Here's the way I look at the box charger thing. You remember back? Well, you may not. Your brother, if he's still on here, remembers the day of the freaking seals on the Super Farm Charger.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Darren, you still on here?
Yeah, he is.
You remember the seals and the little clamps they clamp on? How much more expensive did the Super Farm World Charger get when you went to seal and turbos? Every time you had them worked on, you had to break the seal. You had to. It does not make sense.
2012.
There you go.
Well, so what was? So I don't under.
Whatever turbo you had, you're right. Whatever turbo you had, they had to seal them, and only the guys that worked on them could take that seal apart and have the seals to fix them. So them guys, I don't care who it was, could charge whatever they wanted for a turbo because you had to buy their turbo.
Yeah.
And
didn't they try the box charger thing at Farm Show one year? So
you go to a box charger. Let's say you go to a 5-inch box charger, which is what the 5.0 Pros are doing. We're not going
Outlaws.
to you go to a 5-inch box charger.
Mm-hmm.
You got Weimer, you got Hart, you got Apex. Okay, we'll put them 3 out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Those 3 are approved. Those 3 end up calling each other on the phone and say, "Hey, I'm charging $17,000 for my turbo. Okay, I'll charge $17,000 for mine. I'll charge $17,000 for mine. Oh, hey, let's come up with the upgrade. Let's make it $20,000.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do not box charger them things, you're back to 11. You know, you're back to not get. There's no control over what price is.
Yeah, Darren said it had to be recertified at the next event you went to. It was a train wreck.
It was a dumpster fire, Darren.
Jeez. I didn't know about all that.
Superchargers are insane. I got an education on that from the mini guys at Ridgeland this year.
Oh, I bet.
It was when I was told the price, and this is absolutely nothing against the supercharger guys, the manufacturer, anything like that, but it's just coming from a turbocharger world is insane.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not even just there. It's drag racing too. It just the conversation that was had at Farley about this between the racers and certain guys was outrageous.
See, now I didn't think about that from the aspect of the guys being able to charge whatever they wanted like that. I didn't think about that part. I'm just sitting here thinking, we keep going and going and going. What's the one way to bring it back and regulate it? I mean,
you're going to bring it back and regulate it, but you're going to make it more expensive for everybody. And there's not a one of us in this for the money. We know that. But you still, it's like the tire game. This spending $15,000 every 2 years on tires.
Yeah, this is fair. This is also fair. Or Darren said, or you would have to drive the closest guy that can recertify it during the week, drive it back and put it back on.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Mm-hmm. You're right, Darren. That's the way it was.
Man, I don't remember. I was too young to remember. Yes.
Like I said, it was an absolute nightmare. I was just old enough to remember.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
No. So, I mean, what does that do for the 5.0 Pros? And I know what you think about 5.0 Pros. Don't you even start that. I'm asking a serious question.
We're going to get down the rabbit hole that we don't want to go down.
We talked about rabbit holes earlier, Shane.
No,
I'm not going to go down them.
5.0 thing, though.
I think if the 5.0, personally, I think the 5-inch charger game on the 5.0 Pro should be opened up. And I don't have one. I would never have one. But it should be opened up just like our 5-inch world is. Get it from Harts, get it from Weimer, get Apex. I don't care who you get it from. As long as it slugs 5-inch, I don't care what you do.
Yeah. So what was the purpose of making a box charger then at that point?
They could control it. The Democrats come out.
If you look at it too, the non-box charger classes, the competition's actually closer than what it is if you have a box charger on it.
This is a fair point.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Fair point.
If you want to go by the numbers, and you look at distances, it's closer.
So now is ITPA box, or are they open?
I'm not sure.
I thought they followed outlaw rules, so I thought
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I have no.
I don't know what ITPA is. I know. For me, I know Chris Kane has run all over the country the 5-inch turbo or 5-inch pro stock.
Yeah,
been
exactly.
very, very, very competitive. I don't know what he's running. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's a question for another day to another person. So
yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, but why you want to talk about longs up there in Georgetown, Ohio? Darren, that's one of your favorite places. Yeah, they debuted their 4-engine mod, and I had talked to them back in August, and they had told me like, yeah, we've got one coming. We're just waiting on the motors, and I didn't think they'd have the motors that quick. I'm kind of
Picked up
surprised
where
they
they
didn't
left
make it
off.
fast at Elizabethtown, honestly.
I'm curious to know how much different that is to the one they sold Simons. Like
yeah, no, me too. Or
Now,
is that a brand new chassis?
I don't know. Now, one thing that was pointed out to me that I found interesting too is the fuel systems. They have been DMPE for a long time, and those are, different fuel systems.
What were they? Could you see? I couldn't.
I don't even
I
remember.
did. All I
I'm
seen
not
was
wrong.
one video.
Yeah. I mean, it ran good. I mean, it's longs. I mean, we all know it's going to
Well,
run.
I mean, you got one of the best drivers in the country, Ricky. When he gets behind the wheel, I think he could win on 2 motors against 4-motor tractors. He put him on the right track.
This is very true. It's been a lot of fun seeing them redial in their 2-wheel drive game, though, with the old rekindled. That's been a lot of fun this year.
Now,
I'm really excited for all the light mod stuff.
I think you
next year,
take
too.
Ricky Long and Brandon Simon and put them together on a mod. You wouldn't have a better combination there ever was.
No, you wouldn't. I don't know if you guys saw on the No Practice podcast, the last one they did, though, but the amount of people that are building light modifieds.
Oh, that class.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
There's
also guys that are building something that people don't even know about yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Les Corporal is 25 minutes from where I'm sitting right now, and yeah, it's going to be.
He's not coming out of the shop.
It's going to be a fun class in the next 2 years.
Yeah, because I know Billy Beers is taking his other modified that he's got, and he's making it a 2. I could see Mark Cole. I could see him having a light mod at some point.
Did Simon sell theirs? Does anybody know?
Haven't seen yet. I know they sold Heavy X to Mangan. Mark Mangan going from 4-wheel drive to pro stock.
That's all I know. I don't know. I'm 9 miles from the place. I don't even know if they sold a light mod.
I haven't heard anything yet.
I'm not sure how you keep up with anything boys do.
Luck.
Fair enough.
Luck,
and you be the one that buys it from them.
Yeah, exactly. Before we go though, I do have to give another shout out to Nathan Fry. He's been killing it with the triple setup here towards the end of the year. That thing's been
I was kind of thinking the other day how long it was going to be before he moved the one to the center of the 2 and give the unlimited world up. And
yeah, that chassis. I mean, it just ain't liked it since he's done it, which is the unfortunate part of it.
Right.
But do we know? I mean, we know that Schrammik's light Subaru was for sale too at some.
Yeah, I don't know if it went anywhere or not.
I don't know if it's sold yet. I don't know. I know a lot of people shared it.
Super B is Chase Richardson.
His tag team.
Yeah. Do you think he's done, or do you think he'll be back? Especially now with this light mod thing taking off.
I think he's done.
I think he might be done, but I'll tell you what, I think you're going to see the guys that thought they were done come back with this light mod class. And
I'm waiting for Randy Davis with Running Bear back.
You know who else I could see coming back? Be Lively.
Oh, no.
You don't think so?
There's a reason why that chassis is still for sale.
Is it still for sale?
It's still sitting there.
Good.
It's heavy, though, isn't it? Isn't he heavy?
It's heavy, but he is, but he also Doug. And people could talk to Doug, and last time I talked to him, he had no interest in getting back in, and he had a few health problems here and there, but I just don't see the man come back. I don't.
I can honestly see.
I wonder how many
at some point.
I've kind of wondered, and this is just me, my brain working, how many of these 3-4 two-wheel drive truck teams will eventually convert over to light mod?
If you want to talk about somebody down in my area, I could see having a light mod. Just specifically my area, I could see Foster's having one.
But I mean, you think about it. You got a 3 two-wheel drive truck team, put a light mod together. You got a spare bullet in the trailer, and you go play. Yeah, you got one to run, but I think this light mod class, whether you're in TPA, Outlaw, the other places that are bringing them on is just I don't want to say brush class, but just a per event basis.
Yeah,
he's gonna keep growing.
Yeah, I mean, you see TNT, they've booked it multiple times this year, and they've done all right with it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they were specific events, like
you're gonna have to. It's like which we do it with IPL. We do it, or you see Battle Bluegrass do it. You're gonna have to play it with schedule when none of the Grand National
demographics,
the Grand National stuff's going on, which we do. We do it with IPL.
The geography, not the demographics. The freaking geography. I said the wrong word. I don't know. Think about somebody like this, though. You remember whenever we interviewed Roberts, and I know they've never had a blower engine before, but think about them in light mod.
That would never stop Roberts. That would never stop Roberts.
Though, you have to admit. I think that chassis they have sitting there could be a light mod.
Possibly.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
The other thing, though, I really hope that they get to at some point with that light mod class is that we allow for multiple combinations.
I agree. I think that's something that needs to be looked at a little bit.
In order for that to happen, though, you're going to have to up the weight to be. I mean, you're going to have to bump it up to 7,400.
I don't. No, hold on. And here's why I say that. Look at the combinations that the Europeans have with their Allisons or different combinations there. Yes, the Allisons in Rover Meteors are heavy, but those mods over there are 5,600 pounds. They're light, and they work.
Okay, go to 6,500 pounds. I mean, yeah, I think
that's a big problem between Outlaw and DPA's light mod classes right now.
The problem of it is you go to 7,400 pounds, why not go to 7,500, go to mod?
Yep.
Yeah, this is true. You're not wrong. I'll give you that.
I think part of that light mod class is they get the front end up, they roll, they bounce, they're all over the track. The crowd loves that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're going to have this year when you go to light mod hook, if you don't have 12 of them,
I was going to say a dozen or so. Yeah.
I mean, I know you lost Voorhees, but you're gaining all these others. That class is I think it's the next mini rod class right now.
Yeah, I agree, but
I think it's going to pull from both mini rod and two-wheel drive one way or another,
and maybe mod and unlimited too.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know though, but that's just something I wanted to get to that point where we see multiple engine combinations because, like it or not, that's what makes Outlaws it's so entertaining. Is that Case and Patch and them, I think they're sitting either second or they're sitting number one in points right now in the Outlaws, and they're 2 turbines.
Yeah,
it's
competitive too.
You got guys like Odd out there with their machines that could run 2 Allisons. That would be incredible to watch. I think there's some potential there, and it would add. It would be what a true mod class should be. It'd be the closest thing we could get to a European mod class.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd like to see something out in the States for a mod that's diesel. It exists already, Chris, over there on Outlaws. Is it how you say his last name?
Wes Severs.
Isn't that like a 4-1?
It's a 4-1.
The 4-1. It's awesome. I don't really know how I feel about that though, with all the instrument, like with all the restrictions that we have with the amount of shielding and everything. There's still a lot of open air for that thing.
Yeah, Yeah.
Eh,
You think about the blower motors without any shields, it's the same thing.
yeah, I know.
But I say they're as about as exposed as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly right. That's all. I don't think I can think of anything else, y'all, right now. I am gonna be curious to see what Brian Carrington's doing, by the way. I don't know if he was just posting that to post that, or if that what he posted and means something behind it. I'll be curious to know.
Before we sign off, kudos to all the events this weekend for sure. Mike and Amanda, all
Killed
the
it.
guys at E-Town. I mean, you guys killed it this weekend with this, fall stuff. Mike, I wholeheartedly plan on being there next year. What you guys did this year was awesome out there. I can't wait to come out next year.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It will be. Wyatt, you got anything else, bud?
Nah, season's over for me at least. Just be watching all these events that are left on TV. So whenever I can.
Yep, absolutely. But y'all, that's going to do it for episode number 57. Thank y'all to every single one of y'all tuned in tonight. This was a really well-watched episode. I've been watching the numbers the whole time. It's great. So keep them coming. We will see you guys for episode number 58, and we may do a farm show next one. We're going to have to discuss it and find out. You guys something to add, bud? Yep, we'll be back in 2 weeks on the 21st. I'm sure everybody,
guys.
I'm sure everybody be busy drilling wheat, but we'll be here. Turns on while you're drilling. So we will see y'all next time.
See you guys.
Peace.